afternoon, superheroes. This is CJ Washington Jr. representing Superhero Fitness, and this is the Superhero Sanctuary. Today's message, the basics. No one is immune to the trials and the tribulations of life. In fitness world, this is true as well. Things happen. That's just the way it goes. Sometimes the things that happen come and go pretty quickly, and sometimes they linger for hours, for days and months, and sometimes even longer. And this is generally what we call as being in a funk. So what happens when you are in a funk? What do you do to get out of it, to still progress in your workouts and life, to move to that next point? Because you just seem like you're just stuck. You're treading water. You're in quicksand. So what do? Well, in football, when I'm not catching the ball very well, I go back and I make sure I have proper eye discipline. I'm seeing the football. I make sure my thumbs are together. I make sure my pinkies are together when I'm catching. I make sure my hands are nice and wide and I'm using my fingertips. Where in the weight room, instead of benching 315 pounds, going ham, lifting with all the chains on, I go and I do some push-ups and pull-ups. Instead of doing 60 inches, 65-inch box jumps, jumping out the gym, I do some squats and I do some lunges. And at the end of my workout, instead of doing burnout sets and doing extra credit sets, I go stretch and I work on my mobility and my flexibility. Instead of doing all these extra things and all these amazing feats and all these amazing things and all these super things, always pushing to get to the next thing, sometimes I get off track from the original thing, the original goal. And that's when you got to get back. And that's when I and you have to get back to the basics. And in life, just like in fitness, they go hand in hand. It's the same exact thing. So what are these basic things? Number one, belief. Belief in God and belief in yourself. When it feels like no one is there for you, when it feels like you have no one to talk to, when it feels like you are in this by yourself, He will always be there to have your back no matter what the situation is. If you don't believe in yourself, how and why would anybody else? How are you going to get anything done in this or any situation if you don't even believe the thing that you're doing can actually happen? It's as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Number two is your motivation. I believe motivation is daily. Constantly remind yourself every day, even several times a day, why I'm doing this. Why is this important to me? What are my goals? Then look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself reasons why you will get it done. I am great. I do deserve this. I am prepared for this. I have worked my tail off to get this. And number three, hard work. Tell yourself, I may not be the tallest, I may not be the strongest, I may not be the fastest, I may not be the smartest, but it does not matter because I will be the hardest working person every single day. Focus on what you can control and not what you cannot control. Don't worry about what this person is doing. Don't worry about what that person is doing, because at the end of the day, it does not matter, because you can outwork them all. Work, 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 work. If you do these things, not only will you get out of that funk and you'll start reaching the goals that you set out to reach, you'll go even farther. You'll surpass those goals. You'll go to higher heights than you ever even dreamed that you could go. This is CJ Washington Jr. representing Superhero Fitness.